Adding new inquiries is simple in RedView CRM. Simply click here on the plus icon to open the new inquiry panel. This brings up a concise, user-friendly new inquiry form with a mix of mandatory and optional fields to complete. The given and last names of the inquirer are mandatory requirements and are free text fields. However, if you know the name already exists in your contacts database, click on this switch button to allow you to search for an existing name. When selected, this brings across contact details from your firm's database. For contact details, one of email, landline, or mobile needs to be entered. While they all show as mandatory, selecting one unlocks the rest, allowing you to keep moving, although adding more here is useful for record integrity. Next, select from this drop-down menu to identify the source of the inquiry. Defining the origin of the inquiry helps to provide some context around the sales funnel. Add any additional information on the source in this Source Notes field. This can come in handy to inform further analysis. A special type of source is the referral source. When this field is selected, the screen rebuilds to allow you to select an existing referrer from your contacts database. Alternatively, enter the referrer name in the Source Notes field. Note that neither of these fields are mandatory. If required, select location from the drop-down list. Next, if a corporate inquiry, input details about the organisation, including the name of the company and the person's position title. Registering the nature of the inquiry and the area of law helps to focus the inquiry details to firm resources. Area of law is a mandatory field. Recording internal notes in the Other Information panel can be useful later. For instance, there might be a specific time to call for follow-up or other details that you need to be aware of. These notes are always displayed at the top of the form and on actionable messages so that the user can be aware of any special requirements. If you have any relevant correspondence, file notes or related documents, you can drag and drop files into this field. A handy function of this new inquiry form is that you can assign a follow-up to a particular user at the time of entry. This triggers an email straight into that user's inbox with details of the inquiry and a follow-up deadline. However, this is not mandatory and can be done later. The Not Proceeding checkbox marks the inquiry as not proceeding for the moment. This is particularly useful if you know the inquiry is going nowhere. You can log and close at the same time. Note that you must assign the inquiry for this field to be enabled, and the not proceeding reason is a mandatory field because it helps your firm understand why inquiries aren't proceeding. Once you've completed the fields, click on Save and the details are saved into the RedView database. Remember that inquiries can also be captured quickly by RedView within Outlook. It is accessed from the Outlook navigation bar at the bottom of the screen. Depending upon your display option, this will either indicate a RedView menu item or an add-ins icon. Selecting this function triggers exactly the same screen as we have shown here, and it functions in the same way. The Outlook add-in can also be used to extract information from emails to pre-fill the form. Simply select an email, click the New Inquiry button, and the new inquiry form is shown with as much information as possible completed from the selected email.